You ever get one of those? A stock tip that just feels way too good to be true? A little secret whispered just for you? Well, today we are pulling back the curtain on one of the most dangerous and sophisticated scams out there, the fake stock tip. And look, this isn't just about making a bad investment. It's a system. It's a machine called a liquidity siphon, and it's specifically designed to turn your financial dreams into someone else's cold, hard cash. Let's get into it. To really get our heads around this, we're gonna break it all down. We'll kick things off with the central lie of the scam, then we'll explore the psychological trap it sets for us. After that, we're gonna dissect the machine, piece by piece, look at the mental shortcuts that make us so vulnerable, and then, most importantly, build a defense system. We'll wrap it all up with a simple rule that can protect you for good. And this really just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? That feeling of being let in on something special, of getting an edge that no one else has, that is the most powerful, and by far the most expensive, lie in the market today. It's the key that scammers use to unlock your wallet. So let's start right there with this central contradiction, the insider info paradox. This is where the whole scam really begins, by twisting your search for an advantage into the very tool of your own financial ruin. See, the privileged information you think you're getting, it isn't a secret at all. It's a public broadcast, and it's designed for one purpose and one purpose only, to be the scammer's exit strategy. Okay, so let's zero in on this. The key term you have to understand here is exit liquidity. Now, in simple terms, liquidity is just how easily you can sell something. So when a scammer is sitting on a massive pile of basically worthless stock, they need buyers, a lot of them, to sell to. And armed with your secret tip, guess who becomes that buyer? You do. You provide the cash that lets them exit with a huge profit, and you get left holding the bag. The crucial takeaway here is this. You aren't being let in on an opportunity, you are the opportunity. So how do they get so many people to fall for this all at once? Well, this stuff doesn't happen in a vacuum. Scammers are absolute experts at creating a very specific psychological environment. We'll call it the Speculative Mania trap. This is the zone where that fear of missing out, FOMO, becomes so intense that it completely shuts down our rational brain. And this isn't just a feeling, it's a clinical state that can actually be induced. Scammers will use these AI-driven chat groups on platforms like Discord and WhatsApp to manufacture this sense of massive urgent movement. They create a social pressure cooker where the fear of being the only one left behind becomes absolutely overwhelming, causing you to just ignore all the obvious red flags you would normally spot a mile away. And just look at this. This shows that inverse relationship perfectly. So normally, your logic is high and your FOMO is pretty low. A scammer's entire goal is to flip that switch by manufacturing this crazy urgency and social proof, everyone's getting rich right now. They crank your FOMO up to 11, and as it skyrockets, your ability to think logically just plummets. Your brain literally cannot perform a proper analysis when it's in this state. And the consequences, they're devastating. We are not talking about a 10 or 20% loss here. The average collapse after one of these schemes is 99%. A simple buy order, placed in a moment of induced mania, can trigger the total liquidation of your assets into a worthless shell company. The financial harm is almost always total. But beyond the money, there's a profound psychological harm. It's that crushing realization that the guru you trusted, the mentor you thought was guiding you to financial freedom, was actually the person on the other side of your trade selling their shares directly to you. This betrayal creates this deep sense of foolishness, and it can make people distrust legitimate markets for years. Okay, so we get the environment, we get the paradox. Now let's dissect the machine itself. This isn't random, it's a clinical, repeatable, 5-phase operation. Let's walk through the anatomy of the siphon. These are the 5 stages of the heist. Each step is designed to build on the last one, systematically breaking down your defenses and leading you exactly where the scammer wants you to go. Let's break down each one. It all starts with phase 1, community grooming. See, the scammer, the guru, they don't just show up out of nowhere with a hot tip. No, they play the long game. They'll spend months building a massive online following by giving away genuinely good free advice on well-known stocks like Apple or Tesla. What they're doing is establishing what's called source credibility. They'll use performative expertise, flashing fake screenshots of million-dollar portfolios, to make you believe they're a legitimate, successful trader. This isn't about making a quick buck. It's about building a foundation of trust that they can exploit later. Okay, so after the grooming comes the hook and the pump, and that's what creates that insane buying pressure. But to really truly understand the betrayal, let's jump to the critical phase where they cash in: stealth extraction. While you and thousands of others are buying, feeling that euphoric rush, the guru is doing the exact opposite. They are systematically selling their shares into your buy orders. They're posting memes telling you to hold on for dear life, while their own account is dumping everything. This is the core deception. Their public advice is the direct inverse of their private actions. And once they've sold their last share, they delete the group, vanish, and the final rug pull begins as the price just collapses to zero.
So we've seen how this scam works mechanically, but the most important question is why? Why does it work on so many smart people? This brings us to part 4, hacking your aspiration bias. This is where we move from the market to the mind.
Aspiration bias is a really powerful cognitive shortcut. I mean, our brains are literally wired to give more weight to information that confirms our deepest hopes. You know, the hope for a better life, for financial freedom, for a shortcut to success. Scammers don't have to convince your logical brain, they just have to activate this bias. They exploit that common feeling that the system is rigged and that insider info is the only way for the little guy to get ahead. They sell you a story that your brain is just desperate to believe. And you can see the internal battle the scam is designed to win right here. The scammer speaks directly to your emotional brain using these primal triggers like exclusivity, social proof, and FOMO. Meanwhile, your logical brain, the part that needs time to read financial filings and analyze incentives, well, it gets completely sidelined. The scam creates a state of such high-velocity urgency that there's simply no time for logic to catch up. Let's look at these triggers a bit closer. Social proof. When you see thousands of people in a chat room all saying they're buying, your brain's herd instinct just kicks in. High-velocity urgency. That rapidly rising price creates a panic that you have to act right now. Exclusivity instinct. The idea that you are part of some special, chosen group is incredibly seductive. And finally, the financial mirror. The guru presents themselves as living the exact life you want, making you believe their secret is the key. They aren't hacking the stock market, they're hacking your ambition. All right, we have analyzed this problem from every angle. Now for the most important part, the solution. This is about taking back control. It's about building an unbreakable shield against this kind of psychological warfare.
Your entire defense can start with this one simple but incredibly powerful question. This is what we'll call the reverse incentive protocol. Think about it. If a stock was truly guaranteed to go to the moon, why in the world would anyone share that information? They would quietly mortgage their house and buy every single share they could. The very act of them telling you and thousands of others is all the proof you need that they don't need your genius, they need your money to be their exit liquidity. So here's your practical toolkit. First, the guru audit. Your default assumption for any unsolicited tip with guaranteed returns has to be that it's predatory. Full stop. Second, the 72-hour research rule. Create a mandatory cooling-off period for yourself. Never ever buy a stock based on a real-time alert. Real wealth is built over years, not seconds. Third, the SEC Edgar audit, which we'll detail in a second. And finally, the exclusivity script. If someone offers you insider info, you simply state, "I'm not interested in committing securities fraud." A scammer will get aggressive, a legitimate person will respect your diligence. And here's how you can use primary source data to cut right through the hype. This is your logical weapon. Go to the SEC's public Edgar database, search the company's ticker, look at their filings. Do they have any revenue? Any actual products? Or do they just have a lot of debt and a line item for paying consultants with millions of shares of stock? That's your bright red flag. That consultant is almost certainly the guru who gave you the tip. Okay, let's bring all of this home for our final section. We've dissected the scam, the psychology, and the defense. Now we need to distill all of this down into one powerful, memorable principle that will serve as your permanent shield. This is timeless market wisdom for a reason. A real opportunity is based on fundamentals, on value, on verifiable information. A scam is based on hype, urgency, and secrets. Your job is to always be able to tell the difference between the two. And the moment you feel like you're being offered a secret shortcut, you need to recognize you're being positioned as the sucker. This is it. This is the mantra. This is your final firewall. Say it. Internalize it. Because if an opportunity depends on a secret from a stranger on the internet, it's not an opportunity. It's a trap. So let's put it all together one last time. The scam is equity manipulation. The system they use is coordinated pumping. The psychology they exploit is social proof. And your defense, the one thing that defeats it every single time, is patient, fundamental diligence. So the next time you see a secret tip, ask yourself,
Are they offering me a key, or are they just looking for an exit?